Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Home of Politics. I appreciate your support so much. Let us stay together so that we may grow in this channel. My good people, about the National Dialogue Committee or the bipartisan talk that is going on in Bomas of Kenya, it is just giving us surprises because some of the members of these parties, they are not having any faith or hope in the bipartisan talks. This comes after some of the members of AZIMIO team expressing their minds on how they feel about the bipartisan talk. The other day we saw Jeremiah Kioni was just talking publicly that he do not have any hope in bipartisan talk because he knows it will not bring anything at the end of it. And if he could be Raila Odinga, he could have dismissed and quitted that talk very early long time ago and looked for another alternative. Yesterday, while the AZIMIO team was in Kajiado, if you could have listened, or if you listened to what Karua said, she was speaking out of her own judgment about the bipartisan talks. She was saying and judging it that she was not having faith in these talks because if you see the way she is terming this bipartisan talk, she has already despised it. Karua really shows she doesn't have any hope in the ongoing talks which the AZIMIO team pushed in order to propose agendas that will bring the issues to solve the cost of living and other things that have been discussed. And so if you hear about what she talked, she was comparing the number of days that this bipartisan talk has just consumed, yet it is still ongoing. This bipartisan talk started very long time ago. According to Karua, it is over 90 days. And it have been added another 30 more days because it is still ongoing. Karua is having an experience of the previous dialogues whereby she participated one during the Moi's era and another one during the Kibaki's era, whereby one took 2 weeks and another one took exactly 4 weeks, and they found out a solution. And so the issue of extending time in this ongoing bipartisan talk is what is giving Karua a hard time because she's so impatient with these talks. It is taking too long, knowing very well that out of it, the Kenya Kwanza team will win over AZIMIO team because already their issues have been sorted out. The issues of AZIMIO are now the ones to be yet discussed. And so according to Karua, it is a very long duration that these people have used in the dialogue, and it's not going to bring any impact. This is because these days are very long, considering that they have pledged for another 30 days and it seems they have been given. And so it shows that some of these members do not have any hope in the success of the issues in the bipartisan talk. We also see if she's not secured with the days or the duration that these talks are going to happen, she's still doubting the other team like Kenya Kwanza. She says there is insincerity in this dialogue because Kenya Kwanza, led by Kimani Ichung'wah, it is going to sabotage the bipartisan talk, and at long last it will frustrate the process after taking a very long duration. And so even if they are engaging in one dialogue on one table between Kenya Kwanza and AZIMIO, these teams do not have faith on each other. This is because already AZIMIO la Umoja team is seeing Kenya Kwanza team as hypocrites. They are practicing insincerity in their processes of dialogue. And at the end of it all, it is true that if you look at the prioritized issues that have been discussed in the dialogue, almost every issue that Kenya Kwanza proposed have been tackled. But for AZIMIO la Umoja, issues like cost of living and other things, they are now yet to be handled. And yet they are just given another days. We don't know how this will end. And so for Karua to be not sure about how these talks will end, she's seeing Insincerity in Kenya Kwanza team. I don't know if you also see what Mother Karua is seeing, but according to her, she's not in support of these talks again. She also said that these talks might fail. This is because she's very ready to go back to the street with the people to demonstrate. Like she's just assured if anything goes wrong, she will go back to the street to demonstrate. But this is just contrary to the ideas of Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka. The speech of Kalonzo Musyoka in Kajiado was very, very well, and he stated that it is not the issue of Kalonzo Musyoka or Raila Odinga who will be going to the street and to be tear gassed every time. It is a high time for Kenyans themselves to speak for themselves, so that people should not blame Kalonzo, they should not blame Raila Odinga on anything that will happen in the street. And so it seems Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka have reached a time whereby they are just leaving people on their own. They have lost hope, and from today they don't want to take any blames. Actually, when the demonstrations were occurring, the government was blaming these leaders who organized the demonstration. Even the deaths of the people or the victims, those people whose properties were destroyed, businesses were burned and stolen, it was just all blamed to Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka. All these leaders who were leading demonstration were the people to be blamed. While on the other side, Kalonzo Musyoka, Raila Odinga and AZIMIO at all was blaming William Ruto, this president of the government, because of the high cost of living. And so the blame game was very, very tough, to an extent that the names of these leaders who were in demonstration were being dragged into all losses that were found. And so it seems Kalonzo and Raila are now stepping out of these blames one by one. Do you remember the other time while in Nyanza when Raila Odinga said from today he will not send people out to the street to demonstrate, but he will tell them to stay in their houses? They will always use another way. There will always be another way to communicate. It is not necessarily these people to go out to the street so that they are going to be tear gassed, to be killed, to be shot, and some of the destruction that have been witnessed during the demonstration. And so if you can bring together the ideas of Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga, they are slowly marching out of the demonstration and blame game issues that are going around in Kenya. But if you listen to Karua, if you listen to Jeremiah Kioni, these are the people who are having contrary ideas, different ideas contrary to what their leaders are having. Because Karua is very ready to go back to the street to demonstrate with the people, Raila Odinga is against this issue of going to the street because he said he will never tell people to go to the street. Kalonzo Musyoka again, he has just backed Raila Odinga, saying it is not a must, Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka, to lead people in the street. And so in one way or another, if Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga are deciding to step out of these issues of demonstration, and Mother Karua is still pushing for the agenda of going to the streets, then in one way or another, Mother Karua is looking for attention to be seen as a leader who is responsible than Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga, because they said they have another alternative to solve problem. It is not necessarily to use demonstrations because of the victims who were injured and loss of life that was witnessed. And so, speaking from what Mother Karua just expressed, he said she is ready anytime to go back to the street if these talks fails. And this is not from their AZIMIO leader Raila Odinga. What do you think about the motive that Mother Karua is having in this leadership? Maybe she's trying to outshine her fellow leaders like Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka, because her statement has been very opposite with what these other two leaders have been saying. At first, she was against the bipartisan talk. Same to Jeremiah Kioni was against the bipartisan talk. And the two leaders are the leaders of Kamwene Forum. And they have been having Kamwene Forum meetings. Then they come in public. They say they do not have faith in bipartisan talk. The second time again, they are not having the same idea. It is the issue of demonstration. While Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga say no to demonstration, Mother Karua is again saying she's ready for more demonstrations. So when you look at these leaders from Azimio la Umoja, they do not have they are not reading from the same page just from the look of things, because it seems Mother Karua wants to champion what it is being it is being put to an end by Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka. And how far will she go when she is going against what her fellow leaders are putting in place? How far will she go, or what is she intending to gain from this issue of championing what is being stopped? Because as far as things are concerned, we have not had any time again Raila addressing issues of demonstration. He said people will not go to the street. Kalonzo Musyoka also has said Raila and Kalonzo will not lead the demonstration to be tear gassed in the street. But Mother Karua is coming out to say she's ready. What will she stand to gain when she goes against what her fellow leaders are planning? If these two leaders, Kalonzo Musyoka, who is the leader of Bipartisan Talk in Bomas, is really having hope and is doing his best to bring changes in Kenya through Bipartisan Talk, they have faith. But Martha Karua, Jeremiah Kioni, and some of the leaders within Azimio, they do not support Bipartisan Talk. What will this team led by Martha Karua stand to gain when they oppose the agendas of Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka every time? Or what agenda are they having? Is it because they are organizing as Mount Kenya leaders in Kamwene? This is what is giving them energy to go against what Raila and Kalonzo are doing every time. I don't understand this, but send me your ideas in the comment section so that we can exchange the ideas. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.